Hello, and welcome to my corner of the cosmic universe. This is High Priestess Indigo, and I'm back with another reading for the collective. So let's start with a prayer, and then we're going to jump right on into our subconscious cards. So, Almighty God, I thank you so much. God, I ask that you allow me to be a clear channel for your divine will, your Holy Spirit, and your message, and for the upliftment and the fulfillment of your divine order, and for the growth of your people. God, I ask that you bind, block, or return to center any and all negative energy or negative entities. God, I also ask that you bless each and every person that comes across this video. God, you know them. You know exactly where they are and what they need. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, so let's just jump right on into our subconscious cards and see what needs to heal. This could be past, present, or future. He or she, take it how it resonates. It is not about the sex, the physical sex, it's about the energy. Stagnancy caused by perfectionism mindset. The compulsive need to achieve flawless outcomes, often driven by a fear of criticism or failure. That's a tough one. Needing to heal a loneliness wound. Profound sense of isolation and disconnection from others, often accompanied by feelings of emptiness, sadness, or longing for meaningful connection and companionship. So loneliness wound. Try to set it, show that where it's not a glare. Um, okay, I'll take that card. Needing to address lack of purpose, feeling aimless or directionless in life, seeking constant distraction or stimulation to fill the void. Needing to address cynicism wounds, adopting a deeply skeptical or negative view of life, others, or spiritual beliefs, often as a defense against disappointment or hurt. Dealing with chronic guilt and shame, lingering feelings of guilt or shame that hinder personal growth and self acceptance. Guilt and shame. Wow. So the way my therapist always explained it to me, guilt is the feeling that derives from you are aware that you did something wrong to either yourself or to somebody else. And shame is um, deep feelings of unworthiness as a person. So that's pretty profound. So that just made me think of what my counselor used to say all the time in therapy, like being able to identify the difference between feeling guilty and then feeling shame. Well, shame versus ashamed. Ashamed, aka guilt, is there's a direct, action that you took or something you said that hurt yourself or somebody, versus shame is basically you not loving yourself and not feeling worthy as a person. And then last but not least, a blockage of the third eye chakra, challenges with intuition, insight, and spiritual awareness. So now we have our subconscious cards. So the best way to think of it is our brain is composed, when it comes to healing, our brain is composed of conscious and subconscious. So the conscious stuff is the stuff we know that we need to fix. Like maybe, I don't know, let's say you drink too much. So you're consciously aware that you drink too much. But the subconscious is why you drink. Like what drove you to drinking? Like what trauma has occurred that has caused you to start drinking? So that's why I like to pull the subconscious cards, because a lot of time the subconscious cards speak to like the deeper meaning behind why we do what we do. So I feel like that's always a good place to start, because the subconscious thing is the thing that's hidden from us if we think about it in psychology and from the Freudian sense of psychology. which is what most of our psychology we know today is derived from Freud. He's pretty much the father of modern day psychology. And so you can do all the things to fix the surface level stuff, meaning the conscious stuff that you actually already know. But if you never address the subconscious stuff, it'll keep you still in a lot of like repeating patterns. And so I'm a big fan of therapy, a huge fan of therapy. And honestly, I tell people, in order for you to come into full spiritual enlightenment and to really connect with God on a deeper level, you have to deal with your subconscious and conscious wounding. And the best place to start is with a therapist. And then once you start getting a hold of like the subconscious and conscious stuff, then that's when you start being able to focus on the spiritual aspect, meditation, and growing in that aspect, because it becomes a lot easier. And then it kind of leads to a natural progression of spiritual enlightenment, because the more you heal and you work on your conscious and subconscious, the better off you are. So just my little TED talk. But I really appreciate y'all. I see the subscribes and I see the likes, and I want to tell you, I know I'm a small channel and I'm a new reader. I feel like I'm a late bloomer, because if you had told me when I was even a couple years ago, 5 years ago, that I would be a reader on YouTube, I would have been like, no, no, not with my kind of background, and feeling like this kind of stuff was like, you know I didn't think it was of the light, but God really had to change my perception of it. So I'm here, and I never want to take anybody that watches my videos or subscribes or likes. I never want to take you guys for granted. I really appreciate it. My biggest goal is just to be of use. Like, I really just want to help. I want to be able to share God's unconditional love while I'm here on this plane. So I really appreciate you guys rocking with me. You're making a girl feel good. So I really appreciate you guys. I'm gonna keep going, because it's my divine purpose. It's my part of why I'm here. But I'm happy to know that anything that I do is helping somebody. So that is like, if I can help God's people, then I've made it in my mind. I don't care if it's, like I said, if it's two of y'all or if it's 200 million of y'all. I'm gonna always be grateful and always very appreciative. But I've taken up enough of that time, so let's jump right into the reading. Abundant harvest, pathological liar, spiritual warrior, death, divine timing, I'm sorry, trapped, ooh, wealthy woman, jealousy, monitoring spirits, convicted, commitment, ener- energy vampire, old lover return, financial karma, bitter karmic. So I got enough cards out here to start the reading. So this reading is for a divine feminine who is very much a spiritual warrior. Like, I feel like you've had to fight tooth and nail to get to where you are spiritually and energetically. You was in a relationship with somebody who was definitely a karmic. I mean, bitter karmic. Wow. And the crazy part is, this is somebody that's trying to return to your life currently. It's so, like, literally, it never fails. Old lover return. But this is the crazy part, right? So this person is wanting to come back in and tell you, I'm so sorry. I'm feeling convicted. I didn't mean to, I didn't mean to cheat on you, but you weren't supposed to find out. I mean, well, I meant to cheat on you, but you weren't supposed to find out. I'm sorry about getting caught. That's really what they're sorry about. This is not somebody that's actually feeling convicted because of what they did. They're not sorry for it at all. This is somebody that is a pathological liar. Ooh. This is somebody who is hateful, jealous, and they're watching you religiously. This is somebody that is, I feel like, since you got away from this person, I'm not, and this could, like, this is interesting because I'm really feeling like this could be a masculine energy or this could be a feminine energy. And I'm not getting a good read on the energy of this person. So they could be gender fluid. I don't know. 1111 on the timer. Okay, there's the confirmation. This person is gender fluid. So whoever you are, divine feminine, you just got out of a relationship with this person. I'm gonna refer to them as they since they're gender fluid. Um, this person was very much, very much money focused. Like I feel like, unbeknownst to you, that was part of their whole like everything that they did, the relationships they entered, the people they interact with, the jobs they take, everything is designed for the image of, like, they're really image, I call them managers. These are people that are very good at giving you a very cultivated image on social media. Like if you were to look at their Instagram or their Facebook page, I feel like you'll see like what looks like this like amazing life. Like they're traveling, they're doing all the things, they're like, they know all the people, they just, they're the life of the party, right? They have these amazing cultivated image of their life, right? But this is somebody that fell into a money trap. And I'm not being shown yet what exactly type of money trap this was. But let's just say, okay, I am being told now. Answer that. Look, I already, thank you, Holy Spirit. So this is somebody that left you because they felt like you weren't going to ever be an earner. Like, and I'm not saying like, oh, you're lazy, like you don't work, but this is somebody that was looking for somebody that they felt like was going to elevate them to a certain level. Like, this is somebody with aspirations of having a beach house in the Hamptons and like going on vacation to the French Riviera, living, having a house in Malibu, um, being able to jet set to, Puerto Rico at a moment's notice, and they just felt like you weren't going to be the person to give them that kind of lifestyle. And so they basically cheated on you with somebody that they thought was going to give them this lifestyle. Only it was a trap. This person also is a pathological liar. So I feel like this is the kind of person, because they're wearing so many masks, trying to keep up this image, trying to be like this, you know, a illustrious person is what I'm getting. Like, it's giving the talented Mr. Ripley energy a little bit. Like, I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but just somebody that really has that desire to social climb and be a part of like the, old money set, you know, I call them the old money set. Like these, people that come from money, the Vanderbilts, the Rockefellers, like this is somebody that wants to be attached to those kind of people. People who have a long, history of money wealth. Like they're blue bloods, that kind of And so this person basically discarded you because they felt like, oh, this person's not going to get me to this. Like, um, she has a great career. She has a great job. She does stuff and she's creative and she's capable of like starting her own business. But that's not the kind of wealth this person wanted. This person wanted, like I said, Rockefeller money. They wanted the Vanderbilt money. They wanted that old money, you know. They wanted to be able to hobnob with those kind of people and like, the European royalty, the ones like the socialites that come from, families with old dynasty heritage type stuff. Like I said, it's giving that kind of energy. Like this person aspired to not just being rich, they wanted to be wealthy. And they wanted to be associated with people who are considered wealthy. So this person literally cheated on you and went off with somebody that they felt like was going to give them that wealthy money. Like you were just going to probably be rich at the most. This is the person how this person was thinking. Like you'll probably just be rich at the most, but you're not going to be wealthy. You're not going to be like generational wealth. And so this person basically fell into a money trap. But honestly, I feel like the death of this relationship was in divine timing because honestly, this person, along with being a pathological liar, they're an energy vampire. And I'm being told that the subconscious cards is for this karmic person, this bitter karmic that's now. So here's what, so here's where it gets funny, right? So this person leaves you, right? Because it's all about the money for them, right? They got to get wealthy. They need to, aspire to this kind of lifestyle that you're just not going to provide them. This is how they're thinking, right? So then they fall into this trap only to realize that it was all smoke and mirrors. Whoever they ran off with wasn't was the, like I said, talented Mr. Ripley. The person they ran into that they thought was the moneyed person was actually the guy in the movie that was pretending to be part of that set. Like, you know what? Let me refresh myself on the characters real quick here. Because I want to make sure I say the right name for reference. Okay. Yeah, okay, so there we go. So the person in question wind up getting with the person who was actually Matt Damien's character, who played Mr. Ripley, who was a con artist, and he integrated himself into like that Vanderbilt Rockefeller set, like the moneyed people who wear Ralph Lauren and the Hamptons, like those kind of set. This is who they actually wind up with was the con artist of the group. They thought that they were getting, the moneyed, you know, Hilton person, the Rockefeller, the Vanderbilt person, and they were getting the person that was a con artist pretending to be part of that group. So that's why I said this is the part where it got funny. And so now all of that has kind of like exploded in their face. So now this person is not only like egg on their face because they basically left you for a con artist because they were so busy trying to social climb that they didn't do enough research on the person that they connected with to find out that this person was really the talented Mr. Ripley. Um, so now this person is sitting in bitterness because they're watching you start a new life. So now they're wanting to try to return because they're now currently facing financial karma because they were trying to basically chase money. So, like I said, this whole situation backfired on them disastrously. They're publicly embarrassed. They're publicly humiliated, at least in their own little social group, in that sense. And now they're looking at you going on to a fresh new start with abundant harvest. And this is, you are being blessed tremendously, or at least it will be coming in. If it hasn't started showing up yet, you're going to be a very wealthy woman. I'm feeling like you're going to wind up with generational money. Like, whoever you are, divine feminine, you are going to wind up like the Vanderbilt, the Rockefellers. You're going to be able to pass on generational wealth. This person is sitting back and they are sick to their stomach because they never saw this happening. And not only that, you have new love coming in, like somebody that's going to be serious, somebody that's not a pathological liar, someone that's not, money hungry, somebody that's not an energetic vampire. Like, seriously, this person was an energy vampire and they were money hungry and a social climber. Like I said, it was like the combination of all the things. But like I said, now this person is sitting back and they're monitoring you. They are watching you come into this new abundant season, this new harvest. And you're, like I said, but you just took it on the chin. I felt like when you found out like what this person was about, you were kind of like, well, I feel like it broke your heart at the time, but then you channeled that into like your spiritual practice. You channeled that into getting closer to your divine purpose. You channeled that into connecting with God. I feel like you took up things that made you feel good. I'm seeing somebody like taking, I'm gonna throw this out there because it's I'm being shown a woman gardening. Like, you got into gardening. I don't, this might be for somebody very specific in that part, the gardening part. But I see a woman like literally like lovingly like planting like cabbage heads and like lettuce and tomatoes and like beans on a stalk, and you really like kind of like got a green thumb. I, I'm just seeing somebody who, like, you weren't probably a gardening type person to begin with, but something in it was very spiritual and therapeutic for you. So it wound up being like almost like this release for what you were feeling from this heartbreak. So, like I said, take that only for resonates. I feel like that's for somebody very specific. But I also see this woman taking up the divine feminine here, taking up meditation, doing yoga. I see you sitting by the beach, like um like doing, like, how like there's like here in like I love, like here in like the LA County, we got a lot of beach cities, and so a lot of people will do like yoga at the beach where there's like big yoga groups. But I see you like not necessarily in a group, but I see you with your own mat and you're like at the beach and you're like doing yoga and you're meditating and you're journaling and you're reading like books on self-help and spiritual practices and spiritual growth. And I feel like that's what really got you through the heartbreak of this, because I feel like you loved excuse me, you loved this person a lot and you really thought that this was your person, but you had no idea that this person was just, I mean, you saw little things as y'all were dating, but I feel like you didn't realize how like obsessed with money this person was. Like um how big of a social climber this person was. But like I said, the situation has made you a spiritual warrior. Like, you know, you already was an emotionally, and you know, I feel like you already were a wealthy woman in a sense. And I'm not even thinking about like a lot of money, but I feel like you do well for yourself in the sense that you work a good job, or you're very enterprising. So like I said, and you're in good health. Your mind is in good health. So to me, like when I think of wealthy woman, sometimes I don't always think about money in terms of like, I feel like you started off as a wealthy woman in the sense that you already had a good mindset, you had a good heart. Um, but now you actually are going to be getting money. Like that's kind of like the blessing. Like, and it's crazy because, like I said, when the death of this relationship happened, it was literally in divine timing because God wanted to get you away from this person. I'm gonna say they, gender fluid. Um, Wanted to get you away from this person because they knew that this person, God knew that this person was money hungry. God knew. And so he wanted to get you away from this person so that he could have blessed you abundantly because you are a spiritual warrior. You are somebody that is here with a divine purpose. And I feel like you're starting to come into that. I feel like that's being revealed to you as we speak. Like you're starting to get like nudges or like you're being kind of led to what your spiritual path is and your spiritual gifts are and what you're here to do and the people you're here to help. I feel like you're finding your tribe. And so it was divine timing that this person basically did what they did and the relationship came to an end and it was a death of an ending. And like I said, and then you had time to like heal your heart, go within, heal your heartbreak and work on yourself some more. And like I felt like you spent that time also firming up your boundaries and like healing old wounds so that you wouldn't be as susceptible to people like them in the future. So as a result of that, like I said, you've come into your, abundant season, not just in terms of your spiritual purpose and your mental health. I feel like you really did do a lot of good work on that because, like I said, you were attached to an energy vampire who was draining you energetically and spiritually, even if you weren't consciously aware of it. Which once you got free of it and you kind of, like I said, I saw you like meditating and just like doing yoga and just breath work and walking and just journaling, and you really took some time out for yourself, and it really paid dividends in a sense that you really reconnected to your higher self. You found a higher purpose. You connected to source, or AKA to me, God. So every we God has many names. The source, higher source, divine, the Almighty God, like whatever you call him by, he's he or she, because God is not a he or she. I just, like I tell you, for my own sake and purposes, I gender God as he, but God is neither he nor she. God is energy. So, but I feel like you really connected to your higher self. You really connected to the divine and the higher source. As I feel like this is how this divine feminine would term it, and you grew abundantly. Like I said, not just mentally and spiritually, but I feel like you really discovered yourself and you discovered your calling and your spiritual, gifts. You started tapping into like this creativity that you didn't have while you was in the relationship with this person because they were draining you. They were blocking your ability to connect to your higher self, and they were blocking your ability to, connect to your spiritual purpose. And now that this person is out of the way, thanks to God, like I said, it was divine timing. You were able to spend that time on yourself and really took some time out for yourself. And now you're coming, not I said, like I said, not just into your spiritual abundance, but you are coming into actual physical abundance. Like I really feel like you are going to really be financially wealthy. Whatever you are working on or whatever your calling is, it's going to lead to your wealth, like your financial wealth. And you're going to share it with your new person. Like you and your I see you and your new person building a business that is going to really help the collective, that's really going to help people, and it's going to take off, and it's going to be so powerfully like I feel like it's gonna have like such an impact in the sense that people are gonna really be like repeat customers. They're gonna come back because they're gonna love the energy of you two. Like y'all energy combined, it's gonna be really what pushes your business forward, because people are gonna be like gravitating to your business because of y'all, like the two of y'all together, and the energy that you kind of bring to it. And so it's gonna be prosperous because of your kindness and your work that you both have done spiritually. It's going to really reflect in your business is what I'm trying to say. Like, and because you're going to be coming into this business with an open, like clean heart, like a heart to help people, a heart to serve the community, it's going to take off, and it's going to like really be very lucrative and abundant. And like I said, it's going to provide you and um your new significant other, is going to provide you with generational wealth. Like, I'm seeing that. I don't know what it is y'all are going to do, but I feel like it's going to have something to do with helping people in some way. Like, there's going to be something that you create, or something that some kind of service you provide, that is going to be something that you're like, the people are going to love. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm not being shown that, but I just know that whatever it is, it's going to take off, and it's going to be prosperous, and you guys are going to do this together. It's going to be a joint venture with you and your significant other, and it's going to help the collective and humanity as a whole, and it's going to be a hit. Meanwhile, this person over here, this old bitter karmic who wants to return, I feel like you're not even focused on, like, you're so over it. Once you took that time out to heal yourself and work on yourself, you weren't even thinking about this person anymore. Like, you, this is not something you want. And honestly, I really feel like the main reason why this person wants to come back is because now that you've stepped into your abundant mindset, you literally look like you have money on you. So that's bringing this person back, because they just found out that the person that they left you for was a whole Mr. Ripley and a con artist. And now this person's pockets are empty, and they're embarrassed because they just was like, I feel like this is somebody that when y'all broke up, they were flaunting their new relationship all over social media, like to rub it in your face about how they felt like they upgraded from you. I don't know. I'm just getting like, all of these pictures in the Hamptons and jet setting and like all of this stuff. And the person that they got with, that was the talented Mr. Ripley, was a scam artist who was actually stealing people's money to live the lavish lifestyle that they thought they was. Like I said, is definitely the whole energy of that situation is given the talented Mr. Ripley. I have to rewatch that movie because I haven't seen it in years, but everything everything about this situation is given. They really thought that they were getting with somebody that came from money, and turned out that person was the con artist, and they played themselves. Yeah, so you and your new person is definitely a divinely guided pairing. Like I said, you guys are meant to come together because what you guys are going to do and create is going to help humanity. It's going to be something that is going to help people, and people are going to love it because they're going to love the two of you and the energy that's connected to you. Yeah. You were somebody who was brave. Like I said, instead of you folding into yourself when this heartbreak happened. And I feel like I said, the way the person did it, it was very abrupt. Like, they were just kind of like, I'm hearing almost like a text message breakup. Like, this person is that kind of person where they just, it's like abrupt, and it's just like, oh well, I'm done. Like, you're not it, and you're just like, wait, what? I didn't even know that you were feeling this way. I didn't know that you were unhappy in a relationship. I didn't know that, like, you thought y'all were good. And this person, but once they felt like they had lined up the next sucker, and they really, this was going to be the big score for them, because they felt like this person was going to retire them. They weren't going to have to work again. They was going to be able to live this lavish, jet setting life of the um, what is it? What's his name from back in the day? Rich Styles of the rich and famous. What's his name? God, I'm so bad with my memory right now. What's his name? Robin Leach. That's what I was trying to remember. Like this person really thought that they was going to be living this Robin Leach lifestyles of the rich and famous. I'm telling my age now. I'm clearly an '80s baby. But yeah, this was somebody that thought they were going to be living the Robin Leach's lifestyle of the rich and famous, and or I guess the '90s generation of MTV Cribs for those who need a point of reference. Basically, before there was MTV Cribs, there was Robin Leach. So this person really just thought that that was going to be their lifestyle, and so they threw you overboard in their mind. And I mean, like this person had already lined this person up before they broke up with you, and I think you realized that, and that was part of the heartbreak. But honestly, the death of that relationship, it was divine timing. And like I said, you were hurt, but you channeled your pain in a positive way. You did what you were supposed to do, which was actually you took some time and you healed. And like I said, I feel like this is somebody where y'all broke up, and like 2 days later, this person was posting their new person on social media. And I feel like you were getting questions from family and friends like what's going on? Like we just saw so and so and he has or she has or they, excuse me, gender fluid. They they have they got somebody new. Like what happened? Like wait, what? Like I feel like everybody you knew was shocked and you got a lot of questions. So you dealt with like some kind of like not embarrassment, but like you had to deal with kind of like the fallout of all of that. But once people saw you, moving on and thriving, they kind of just was like, oh well. But now those same people are seeing, like they're being privy to, the fallout of this scammer talented Mr. Ripley that your ex got into a relationship with. And I don't know if anybody's texted you or called you and pointed it out to you, but I know they're all like, well, anybody that can see know that that was instant karma. Like they got exactly like when we say instant karma, like literally the person they left you for wind up being a whole scam artist. So instant karma. Yeah, this is somebody that is currently in their bitterness dealing with entity attachments because while they were enjoying their little jet setting life, this is somebody that was enjoying all of the decadence that comes with those kind of lifestyles. You know, partying, cocaine. Well, can I say that on? Oh, excuse me. You know, n- no sugar. We're gonna call it no sugar. This is somebody that was dabbling in no sugar. Um, you know, putting on airs. Wearing designer clothes on somebody's yacht, thinking that they were, soon going to be, living permanently on that, yacht, or that's going to be their yacht because they with their connection to this talented Mr. Ripley, they really thought they were coming up. Like I said, only to find out that that person was a whole con artist. Like I feel like they had been scamming, and they were presenting an image to this person because they knew enough people in those circles to kind of get into it, but they were faking their credentials. Like, let me just say that. Like I said, this person in the past is worried. And they're worried because, like I said, their whole little money dreams blew up in smoke. This is somebody that is wondering how they gonna buy their next pair of underwear from Walmart right now. Let alone where they thought they was gonna be wearing Hermes and like Louis Vuitton underwear. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. This is hilarious because it's just like, I mean, people really do some wild things when it comes to like really trying to like step on people to move up, social ladders or to like get money, and it's crazy. So, like I said, this is somebody that can't even afford underwear from Walmart right now. When they thought they was gonna be jet setting, wearing Louis Vuitton underwear and Hermes, and you know, they were gonna be, you know, wearing all the designers and sitting front row at Paris Fashion Week. They thought that's what their life was gonna be, and now they at home on a mama couch, looking crazy and embarrassed because now they have to not only, like I said, I feel like it was public enough that this person like can't even fake the funk, that they didn't make a resounding terrible error in who they chose. And everybody knew you were a great person. You were kind hearted, very sweet, very loving, very down to earth. You're unpretentious. Like I said, you do well for yourself. I feel like you're very, educated in terms of degrees and all of that kind of stuff, and skill set and credentials and certifications. And so, like I said, you have a good life, but you're not like, Vanderbilt rich. Not yet. Not yet. So that's the irony of it. Is this person threw you over for wealth, and that's exactly what you finna become. Like, you finna be really wealthy. Like I said, I was stressed that enough. You are going to be in a huge abundance season, right? Like, if it, like I said, if it hasn't started, it's going to be starting. Like, it's gonna happen for you. But it's really funny because that was all this person wanted. Like I said, and that's why God had to get you away from them, because he already knew their secret wishes of their heart. This is somebody with the love of money. The love of money is the root of all evil. That's what the Bible says. And it's true. Because it's not money that's evil, it's the love of money. Because when people are in love with money, they literally will do anything for money. And this is that kind of person. Like this bitter karmic is now sitting somewhere, like I said, like that whole little fairy tale fantasy of like being, being hobnobbing, blew up in their face. Blew up in their face. We're gonna get a couple more cards and then we're gonna end this reading because honestly, like, this got me cracking up because I mean, wow. Yeah, like I said, somewhere in there, I think you realized that this relationship was not the most fulfilling for you because you were constantly let down by this person. So even though it was, you dealt with some heartbreak when it ended, like I said, you went within and you did the work, because when you really started kind of like unfolding the layers of the relationship, you realize this person was just a constant letdown anyways. Like, they're constantly disappointing you. This is somebody, like I said, you started seeing the signs with the pathological lies. You started catching them in, little white lies or little, just little things that just weren't adding up and that seemed a little off. But you were kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt. But I mean, this is along with the, like I say, energy vampire. I already knew. But this is somebody who was very narcissistic, biggity, arrogant. Like I said, this is a whole social climber. So it's really not surprising that this person would be very arrogant and narcissistic at long, because that's pretty much underneath every narcissist I mean, they're one and the same. These two are one and the same, if you ask me. Like, energy vampire narcissist, arrogant. Yeah, it's all the same. So energetically, at least. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm still cracking up because I'm just like I can literally see this person's like shock when they realized that they had gotten with a con artist and that they had like threw away this amazing person with all of these amazing qualities. Like whoever you are, divine feminine, you are an amazing person. Like your energy is very like I feel like you're the kind of person that like if you when you see people in need or you see people hurting, you don't hesitate to help people. Like you're that's why I say there's nothing pretentious about you. You're kind of I call like the term salt of the earth people. Like you're that's the kind of energy you're giving. You're salt of the earth kind of people. And so this person really just didn't value those qualities because they were so driven by wealth and they couldn't see what an amazing person you were. But your new person that's coming in is going to be very much like you. They're going to be very similar in terms of energetic frequency, the way they think, their kind heartedness, their warmth. When you guys meet, it's going to be like this I've known you forever. I feel like this is so easy. It's gonna be the easiest relationship you've ever been in. It's gonna be like so drama free that you're almost gonna be like, is this for real? After dealing with this person that you dealt with in the past, who this energy narcissistic energy vampire who was money hungry. After dealing with this person, it's gonna seem like night and day because you're gonna be dealing with somebody that is more on you, that's equally yoked to you, that's on your frequency, that has the same kind of heart, the same kind of mindset. They've done their healing work, they've done their growth as a person, and so they are gonna be coming to the table a fully healed person, just like you're a fully healed person. And like I said, whatever you guys create, it's going to be very lucrative, it's going to be very abundant, and it's not even going to feel like work because it's going to be something that y'all love to do. Like I feel like y'all are genuinely going to love whatever y'all create, and that's another reason why it's going to be so prosperous because you've created it from a place of love to help people. And when you do stuff like that like when you create things from a place of love and a genuine desire to help, it's always going to succeed and God's always going to bless it because he knows your heart. He knows that you're doing it not so you could be wealthy and, fall in love with money and get trapped by money. That's not your mindset at all. Your mindset is, I want to do this to help people. I want to do this to give back. And because of that, that's why you're going to be a very wealthy person and you're going to have generational wealth and abundance because your heart is in the right place and you're doing it for the right reasons. You're not in it for the money. You really are in it to genuinely give back and contribute to humanity in a good, positive way. You know how they always say, be the change you want to see in the world? You and your significant other are going to be the change that people want to see in the world. And that's another reason why it's going to take off. And it's going to be very prosperous and very lucrative. And it's going to make you guys both very happy. It's not even going to feel like you're going to work. It's going to feel like play to you guys. So that's the reading. And Divine Feminine, be blessed because you have great things coming your way. Whoever you are, you're doing a fantastic job in whatever you're going to create that's going to help humanity. And you're a good person and you've really done your self work. So you have a lot of great things to look forward to. And thank goodness this person who was, focused on money and like just looking to come up off of, people. Now this person's out of your life. And good riddance to bad rubbish. So that's the reading, y'all.